Well, well, well. I think there we go. There we are. Got the tunes. We're all set. Hello, hello. Man, it's been a while. New year, same game dev. We're still at it. Dorian, hello, hello, welcome. Yeah, it's nice little day, almost a weekend. Yeah. We're back to working on Damnedie. It's been a good one. Yeah, it is minus 50 out, so maybe not that nice of a day, but it, it's a little chilly. Yeah. I've been just working away here and there. It really is a wild winter. It was like nice, 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 and then the past couple days have just been awful. It's terrible. uh, yeah. The old check engine light came on as I was driving home, so that's great. Getting winter snow, and that must be unusual. Like the way you're saying it, that must be unusual. A winter storm, gotcha, gotcha. Oh, even Texas might get that's. Oh, there we go. Yeah, days. Yeah, like everything was fine, and then it wasn't. Oh, Alex, gotcha, gotcha. Well, welcome, Alex. Good to see you. Yeah, we're working on the old Damsey. There's not much to look at. We're still in the test environment. Everything's still just trying to like work things out like gameplay wise, just in like the little test environment. But yeah, there's actually gotten quite a bit done. We can boot it up here. We have like UI added like health bar, like a sprint bar. Animation's still a little janky, but and it like regenerates, and then the green one's the hunger bar, which slowly goes down, and then the more you sprint, the faster it goes. But yeah, so got that. Yeah, what all have I done? I can't remember. I should have watched the last devlog stream, see where everything kind of left off, but done a lot. Check the Trello board here. Um, the inspiration is definitely 7 Days to Die, and I'm kind of just going off memory because I haven't played that game in a long time. Um, yeah, in the inventory, I got like bandages working, and it like shows in your hands. You can like heal yourself or heal or yeah, heal yourself. Um, water bread. And I got the cooking working. So we got a little campfire here. Open it up. You can add some logs, meat, light the fire, starts, and then slowly over time it'll cook, and then give you some charcoal after the logs burn. And then you can collect those and eat them, and then the charcoal I think will be used. Also, I'm kind of pulling from like all different survival games I've played, and I think charcoal in Ark Survival Evolved was used for gunpowder to make bullets. So I think that's kind of what that'll be used for. One of the big things, uh, going back and playing with friends, 7 Days to Die, the broken glass where you could eat that. Yeah, Jade knows. You can eat it and it'll hurt you. Uh, Yeah, when we were first falling in love, we played 7 Days to Die, and I would always eat the broken glass. Uh, and I like built up an immunity to it, where like it like wouldn't kill me, and I would just keep eating it. So I thought, you gotta add that. So um, yeah, we got that. There's shoveling, so you can like not only can you use it as a weapon, you can like dig up some dirt. Um, and then this manure, I just added this yesterday. Oh yeah, you can shovel it. Remember, did I add it? Oh, I did. Add it to the inventory, and I was thinking mix manure with dirt, and you get like fertilized soil to like make a crop. So that is the plan for that. We still have weapons. The bullets are very large and they travel slowly just for testing purposes. But you can look up, you can look down, and depending on where you're looking, bullets will fire from there. There's no like crosshairs or anything. And then for animals, recently, I was like, okay, I started to just go like overboard with ideas. Like, okay, you come across, like, I don't know, like a goat, in this case, a goat, or like a cow, or like a chicken, and you want to build like a farm. So what if you're able to like, tame the goat? So either you can kill it and get like meat out of it and wool if it's a sheep or whatever. But what if you want to tame it? So I got a rope, but I don't know how to do, in some games where like rope like attaches to the creature or animal or whatever, and then if it like moves closer, the rope like shortens. I don't know how to do that, so what I did was you take the rope and then you like fling this thing and it hits it and it has a chance to tame it. In this case it failed, so you try again, and it like frantically runs around because it's trying to escape, and now it's tamed, so it'll follow you. And then I want to have it where if it, once you get to like your base or whatever, or like whatever area you want it to like kind of graze, you hit like E, it'll kind of just like roam that area. So hey Vivi, hello, welcome. It's been a while. But yeah, so then I was like, okay, you know how are you going to make like a pen for the animals that you tame? So then I went down this whole rabbit hole of, you know, trace of like where you're looking. It does like a, those like in games where it's like a neon green color of like structure. If it's like a fence, then it's like a green of like where it could be, and then you click and then it places it. Tried that. It worked for single player, but this is a multiplayer game. Moment I tried multiplayer, did not work. So I was like, okay, let's take what I learned there, try to, do something. So I came up with this. It looks a little janky because if you look up, it, there's a fence in the sky. But let's just say, for testing, you're looking kind of at the ground, like, okay, I want to build a fence here. Click, do a little animation of building. Boom. And then the fence is built. And it has collision. You can't run into it. Can't run through it. Yeah. And then like a little gate here. Boom. There's a little gate. And yeah, you can run through it. And that's kind of the idea. Yeah. So. Sorry, I had to cough there. There we go. Yeah, so that is kind of the idea so far. I did want to ask, hey, what are some, because I was going through, and it's best if I get as many of these things now, just for coding purposes for like the inventory and stuff, what are some like kind of base materials that are in like a lot of survival games that like you might need? Like right now I have all the weapons. There's like the rifle, the pistol. Currently working on bow and arrow because I kind of overlooked that and totally forgot about that. We have like baseball bat, crowbar, hatchet, knife, wrench, all that kind of stuff. And then I was thinking like you have like your iron ore and ingot. You got like pickaxe, logs, planks, stone. I have all like the vegetables and seeds for like farming. Wool and string. Yeah, I was just kind of thinking like, am I missing some things? Anything to heal yourself? There is, yeah. We got bandages here, and you can wrap yourself. If I was missing health, it would show that it would bounce back up. And medicine as well. This, that, and that regains some health. But just sort of like, hey, 8-bit, hello. Welcome. I'm just trying to think like what are some, I think down the line, like if I do want to go like base building, I don't know if I do though. I want to do base building. I like the whole building of like a farm kind of thing, but there will be like buildings that you can kind of like take over, maybe like a bed, to like regain some health and like stamina and stuff like that. Yeah, I think like for the most part, there's quite a lot there. Yeah. Yeah, all this works for multiplayer, and I did go down a bit of a rabbit hole, because in my other game, Damnedmon Online, if you invited somebody to your game, and let's say, like in that game, you have like different classes, you know, I'm sure Vivi remembers the whole meme of adding a new class every stream. But if you chose a class and then let's say, you invited somebody to join your game, let's say, you chose, the archer, you'd have a bow, an arrow in hand kind of thing. But if they joined, you would still just be like no weapon in hand, just kind of standing there like a toddler, just chilling. But in your game, you'd be, all ready for battle. So I thought, okay, like what if, someone joins the game, after you have, equipped, the baseball bat or something like that. So I did where if someone joins the game, it did like a kind of reinitialization for the joining player of every other player's kind of stance or what they have in their hand kind of thing. So that seemed to work. Jenna and I did some testing and it seemed to work. So we just did where just kind of in the testing environment, I have all this stuff in my inventory and I would put, the rifle in my hand and then she would join. And when she joined, I would have the rifle in my hands. Whereas before I would just be standing there like this. So that worked. And I was like, sweet. But then I was like, okay, what if, the buds are playing, we're all having some fun, and someone's internet goes out or they disconnect for some reason and they want to rejoin. Before in other games, you would just kind of start back at nothing, even if you've collected stuff or whatnot. You would just be back to as if you just started the game. So I was like, okay, let me look into that. Like, I want to test some stuff out. So I did some coding, and this, I don't think we tested this out. So this this may not actually work, but basically, um when the server starts up, like if I'm hosting a game and I choose host, um basically it runs a check, and for the person that's hosting the game, their player ID, every player has an ID. It gets added to the server's array here for player ID. And if a person joins and that ID that they have gets checked, if it's in this array, if it's new, if it's just a new player, then it just does that reinitialization, like I said, and everything's good. But if that was a player that had disconnected, when they disconnect, hopefully, again, hasn't been tested, but coding wise, what the code says, it should, when they disconnect, it takes all their values. So like anything in their inventory, anything in their hotbar, anything like that, gets passed to the server and is saved at the server. The server, whoever's playing the server, whoever's hosting, and yeah. So if that player were to rejoin, it checks all the player IDs, and if that matches a player ID, then it basically passes their values, their inventory, and all that stuff back to them, and then reinitializes. It's a lot of, yeah. It's just yeah. It's a lot of stuff. Again, it hasn't been tested, but it should work. But yeah. So I did a lot there. It was, yeah, it was a lot. And I can't remember, again, I really should have rewatched the last devlog for this Damnedie that I did, number 1, because we have even had the zombie on the screen or the map. I just had him out here. But basically, the AI that I had for it, and by AI, I do not mean generative AI, just the like AI of the zombie. Um, it had it working. I followed some tutorials of how to get like AI working, because again, back to Damnedmon Online, it had very basic AI where it would run up to you, stop, do its attack, and in that game it was a lot slower. Movement was slower, attacks were kind of locked to one spot. Whereas here, you're kind of moving around, run and gun kind of thing. So if it were to attack you, I want it to stay on you and keep running after you. So that AI couldn't really work. So all this tutorial, and if it gets you, it does its attack animation but keeps running at you if you're running backwards or running away. So that was perfect. But what yeah. So but there was an issue. It would work, again, a lot of this is, it would work in single player. But the moment I went to do it for multiplayer, the zombie would, let's say, both players are in sight. The zombie would attack and kill the first one that it saw, and then instead of going to the second one that's clearly in sight, it would just kind of roam around. I was like, okay, that doesn't work. So I think it was me and Andrew. Bless Andrew. Him and I were up. I can't remember what game he was playing, but he was playing something, and I was working on this, and it was I looked at my Google history because I was on forums watching videos like Reddit, like anything just to try and help me. I was like, looking over and over. I'm like, hey, nothing's working. And my Google history went from 11 p.m. till about 2:30 a.m. And then I pulled up Damnedmon online, and in here, in the perception module, there's this lose sight radius, and this was set to like the sight radius was 3,000, and the lose sight was like 3.5 thousand or something like that. I was like, what? Like, okay, like it loses sight of the player past its sight range. So like if you run fast enough away, it'll like lose you and just kind of do whatever. And in Damnedmon Online, it didn't have that issue with multiple players. It would just go on to the next person. But in Damnedmon Online, the lose sight radius was set to 0. So I was like, okay, let me just try setting it to 0 here. And sure enough, like that fixed it. And I was like, okay. Adding characters a while back. Kieran and Bono. Oh, I like it. I like it. Yeah, do it. How has that been going? What, I can't remember. What chapter are you on? I can't remember the last stream I watched. I can't remember what chapter you were working on, but hope it's been going well. Yeah, in the when a player loads in, I also had the issue in Damnedmon Online. There were like little like raccoons or cats that would walk around, and when like Jade and I or like Andrew and I would like play or test out stuff, I'd be like, oh, like, do you see this like orange cat? And he was like, no, it's white on my screen. I'm like, oh. So the check that it does when it reinitializes is that it makes sure that, because currently there's three different zombie types and looks. A crawler, kind of like a feral, like just like kind of like random movement kind of thing, and then like a larger zombie. So I wanted to make sure that each player, because they all kind of react differently. Like the crawler is a lot slower, feral's a lot faster, and then the larger ones just kind of in between, I guess. So, yeah. But I also have other plans to add in different kind of creatures would be the best way. There is this one. Where is it here? This one. It's called a vampire. It doesn't overly. Maybe I don't know, but it doesn't look overly vampire-ish. But yeah, just kind of like adding in different creatures, or like kind of like things you can like stumble across. Like I found this one. Where is it? It's a witch. They look scary on its own. I'm not gonna lie, but it does like spells and whatnot. So I thought that would be kind of cool, maybe down the line. Chapter 4, hey, massive writing slump. Hey, that's fair. I've been in slumps. I get you, but yeah, just keep going back to it every once in a while, and it'll click. It'll click. New websites. Oh. Including Trello. Hey, shout out to Trello. do have to get better at kind of been slacking, not updating on what I've done. So I'll like look back like what did I do last night? But yeah, there are a few things. What do I have on the old Trello? Oh yeah, I thought about like different like pickaxes. I gotta figure out like what you're gonna use the ore and ingots for. But I do want to get a chest slash storage system working because there's there's quite a few items and this amount can only hold so much in your inventory. So yeah. I think something like I have like the chest. I just don't know what it's going to look like because the inventory currently takes up quite a bit of space on the screen. I don't know if I'm gonna do like right click on an item and then like send to storage, or that's gonna look like, or if like the storage UI will just like kind of go on top of player's inventory. I'm not 100% sure how that's gonna look. I don't really want to shrink it down just because of how it was set up, not in a good way, because it's all just kind of like floating instead of, I should have set it in, it's called, but you can have it like just all in this border instead of all individual buttons and icons and stuff like that. So that was an oopsie on my part that will probably come back to bite me, but oh well. But yeah, has been fun, and I think it'll be good to. I'm not looking forward to the whole world design. Like, I have a bunch of assets, a bunch, like the folder size is crazy, but I think it'll be a lot more fun to like kind of playtest when there's an actual world and not just these blocks. So that should be fun. It's just kind of getting there. Like I just kind of want to flesh out like all the weapons and everything have like collision and whatnot. Like with the shovel attack. So, and then I just have every weapon just on a table just for testing. But yeah, I think one of the next things is just like the workbench. A lot of it is like we've been playing a lot of Enshrouded recently, and I know like I have this workbench, and I think a lot of the more intricate kind of designs and building and stuff like that will come from here. But how do you build the workbench? Because unless like you find one world, I could do that, and then you can build a workbench that you can take back to like wherever the base is. I could do that, or again back to Enshrouded, where if you press V, it's like very basic building stuff, like very crappy pickaxe and shovel and whatnot. You could build like a workbench through that just with like logs or something. So I think just kind of like sitting down and just like planning out how each thing is going to be built. And then I have to figure out the farming system. But I think that should be fun. Yeah. And a lot of stuff, it's here, like whenever I add a new item or anything like that. So this is like the hotbar 1 through 9. And then each item has its own number that I have here in Trello. So number 52 is the arrow, or like a bow and arrow. So if you have the arrow in the number 9 hotbar and you press number 9, what it does is equip no weapon, because you just have an arrow. You're not gonna fight someone with an arrow. You just kind of stand there. But if you have bow in your hands, then it equips the bow, and it does like the kind of like archer. Says like the archer animations as if you had the bow. So, yeah, that's all kind of been set up. It's just yeah, each time I just have to kind of go in here. I'm sure there's a better way, and I say this so many times. I'm sure I've said that a lot with Damneded Online and Damnedmon, but you learn each time, and I've never done a game like this before, so just like little things you learn. But yeah. And right now we can, because I added in, the last thing I added was number 52 was the arrow for the bow and arrow. And then yesterday night I added in manure, which is poop, which I think I'll have to program in the chicken, cow, goat, pig, sheep. I think cow, goat, pig, and sheep will drop manure. Chicken, maybe eggs, just kind of in the wild, and then if you tame it, get kind of a steady source of eggs. So yeah, I just have to kind of program in these to drop poop, basically. Yeah, it's all set to do the animation to shovel. You have to have the shovel in order to pick it up. Same with you have to have the knife in order to like cut up the animal that you killed for meats, and hide. And then for sheep, I need to program in that you get wool. I want to do that. And then if you've tamed a sheep over time, you can shear them for wool. And then with wool, you can make string, you can make whatever. But yeah, so that is down the line. But yeah, I just need to add in manure, fertilized soil, which I want to do when you mix dirt with manure, you get fertilized soil, and then with fertilized soil you can make a farm crop plot, which then you can obviously grow stuff on. So that is the goal. Yeah. Hey, sorry. Yapping. What is new with y'all? I can't believe this is the first stream of 2026. Time coming. Hoping to do more. Damnedmon is still in the works. I just been over working 2 years on that game, so just kind of needed like a fun little side project. But Adding card. Hey. Hoping it's warmer where y'all are than here. Got the cars plugged in. A little chilly, to say the least. Note blocks. Okay, okay. In the game dev chat, 8-Bit did not get my misunderstanding joke. It's kind of an inside joke anyways. I feel like Andrew would be one of the few that would get that one. But good old misunderstanding. One of these days I'll bring that up on stream. Wind chill, lack of proper heating is worse. Hey, I get you. Goodness. Thank goodness for furnaces. And when we let Bentley out, it's a very quick going out. Well, I haven't had water in too much. Jeez. That is not good. After this gets set up, you want to test this. Jaden will help me out. See if the old disconnect actually saves. Whoa. It's on the edge. Oh wait, there is one more thing. Really forgot. So, you know, zombie game. Survival game. You know, you're playing. I feel like there was like, I was just kind of like, just kind of tossing things into the game at this point. Okay, like what zombie game? Again, I was thinking back to 7 Days to Die. I'm like, okay. Day and night cycle. So, as you do, you go on YouTube and look up tutorial. And there's one that was like very simple. Okay. Cool. It worked. And then I tested it with the second player. Did not work. So that's kind of the theme. Works in single player, does not work in multiplayer. But again, took from what I learned from the tutorial and messed around and tried to figure stuff out. So this is what I came up with. It does work in multiplayer. And the location of the sun and like if it's night or day, no matter if the player joins late, joins at the start, whatever, I don't have to reinitialize anything. It just somehow figures it out for the player. So um, it's fast right now just for testing. But so we get the sun down, light changes, it's darker, and nighttime. Again, it's very fast just for testing, but sun will come up. There it is. And yeah, just kind of loop around. So it was a lot easier to kind of put together than I thought it was going to. And again, it does work for multiplayer, so very happy. I just have to figure out how to tell when it's night. Like for right now, it just kind of ticks, and the location of the sun just kind of updates. So I'll have to look into it for like how to tell if a value is a certain amount or whatever, if the sun is down and it's nighttime. And I was thinking like maybe make the zombies like more aggressive or faster or something like that, just like change the behavior. So yeah, that was kind of cool. So yeah. Basically just right now setting the player equips newer fertilized soil or farm plot their hotbar. It doesn't show anything, just be nothing's in their hand because yeah. I think for the farm plots, I think down the line I'll change that to player has a hammer in their hands, much like I do with fences and gate. Show here. Any sort of building, you have to find a way to like pick up. Right now, nothing in their hands, and then I press 5 for the fence. They have hammer in their hands. Be able to build it. There we go. Yeah, I think right now just nothing, just to make it easy. But yeah. I do have to figure out the bow and arrow animations, I think I have it set up where player, if they have it equipped, has the walking, running, and crouching animations set up, but I don't have anything for if they tried to shoot with the bow and arrow. That is something that has to be set up, but here. Yes, we do have where they aim. You can look up, down. Crouch works. Just don't have shoot. Try and set that up. Standing we need. That one. The thing is that animation. Them. They're already in the stance like this, so if they go to shoot, shows them their right arm. Look like it's the only issue. Yeah, see how it kind of snaps. So they're standing ready, and then Two drawing. Only one way to find it. Time to test it out. Just need to variable action print. Set. This is the left click. Anything is rifle. You can see this red collision circle is very ends of the rifle, so that's where the bullet comes out. And again, depending on where the player is looking, that's the direction that the bullet goes. So we want the same thing for the arrow. That is on bow, which is on the left-hand side. Bow. To locate this. So what? 2. See if that actually works. Hey, welcome back. Hey, the cat. Going not too bad, not too bad. We're just setting up. See if when we shoot the arrow, the bone arrow, if it spawns at the right spot and then goes correct direction. Whether that happens, you'll see. The breakdancing mechanic. Yeah, that's up next, actually. yeah, that's up next. Just gotta get this arrow working first. You know, you can't boogie without arrow working, so we all know that. It's true. Just make sure. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Set up a whole thing for this one. Okay. Yeah, we might be a little slower, but whoa. Alex, come on, you gotta cover for me. No. Definitely not the first time. How have my weeks been in the past month? Not too bad, not too bad. Been a good New Year. Um, oh my, but been pretty good, pretty good. How have yours been? Oh, I gotta set that. I mean, who really needs a bow and arrow? You know what I mean? Like, uh, sure. Question mark. There was. There was. Is that maximum total? Yeah. Total ammo. There we go. Okay. Little save. It really is wintering. It was like, we'll be chill. Everything's fine. And then this week was like, all right, it's wintertime. This one is different. How this is set up for the pistol or rifle is your current magazine ammo. The pistol max 10, rifle max 30 total ammo. Bottom right is 30. Do one. 30 load. But with the bow and arrow. Did I hear pistol? You betcha. And the bullets are large for testing purposes. They go slowly for testing purposes. Reload. America. Heck yeah. But for a bow and arrow, you just have one like, at a time. So how many? This part might be tricky, but because then don't have any arrows. Right now, if you just have the bow equipped, visibly shows an arrow. Yeah, there's an arrow there. But let's say, shoot this, we have no more arrows. I then have to make arrow disappear. Like that you don't anymore. So that's okay. Memorize the conversion between kilometers and miles. Hey, that's pretty good. Not many Americans would do that. Is the rifle. Spawns the bullet. Okay. Base rotation plus 10 minus 6. Holy moly. Must have been in zone for this. Holy cow. It's 10. 6 to the pitch. No. Minus 6. Oh. Okay. I think I. Whew. Oh, we get. Okay. This should be. Landing. Okay. Getting somewhere. Hold on. Pushing hard. Okay, okay. Getting somewhere. Ooh, okay. I think we got this. Guns are there? Currently only 2. But I do want to expand that in my defense. So. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I know only 2. I think I have more assets for guns. I think. Haven't. Yeah, I'm gonna AK-47. These ones are kind of more low poly. One. These almost crashed my computer. Hey, sounds good, Kayla Cat. Best of luck. Hey, thank you, thank you. You as well. You as well. Okay. So basically need to sure would be okay. Archer. Damage that. Should be your arrow. And projectile leaves at the archer shots. And we basically just need to point 0.9 0.9 and then 1. And instead of server remove, it should be server. Hopefully work. Okay, that should actually work. Hopefully. I'm just gonna give the archer 5, even though, excuse me, that doesn't make any sense for an archer to have that in their, excuse me, in their magazine, or whatever you want to call it, but just for testing, that should work. Okay, so 7. Yeah, let's see if this actually goes the right way. Yeah, that did not go the right. Okay, let's just try that again. Let's get the same rotation as the rule. Yeah, let's one more time. Come on. Okay. The so so if I 90 degree, this probably won't fix it, but no. Okay. Shoot projectile. Let's see. God. What if we just say do it from the rifle? It's the exact same dimensions and everything. It's true. Okay, more of the right direction, sort of. Not really, but up and down. So if we rotate it like that, that fixed the issue. We're getting there. His face. Yeah. That's okay. We are getting there. Yeah. We're getting there. Okay. What if we swap back to the archer? Try not fix anything. Answer is okay. it just change? Okay, it's facing the right way. It's not going the so this. Ish. Okay. There we go. Following where we're looking. Stuff can turn into oh, that's pretty sick. Planning character designs much easier. Heck yeah. Is it because I set that to -90? It's not fault. Running at like 5 frames. Try that again. That. Wait, so what? So how was it that when this was -9 shot forward, but it didn't? But then when that's don't. I do not understand that. Gravity? It's cool. It's going forward, but it's not. more time creating notes and characters. Hey, that's so. I set this back to 0. Crazy. What? In. What? Ethics. Oop. Huh. Santa. Wow. Just clicking boxes at this point to see if it works. Still. Set it back to the rifle spot. Pause it. And I don't get it. the animation should fire. Maybe it should be. It's 0.9. Yeah, it might go down to the ground. It has, yeah, no collision. The bow, no collision. The arrow that spawns has no collision. And facing down, it goes right. Facing up, oh. Facing up goes left. Straight on goes up. What? But if I set it back, to the rifle. Look up. Look down, it goes. But the moment it's the other one. I do. Okay. It kind of. It's. Okay. So, hypothetically, duplicate rifle one. Duplicate. Complete same. Call it rifle shot. Okay. Same. Catch it. Rifle. Same. Okay. So good. Exact same spot. Okay. Now it should do the exact same thing. Based on a little bit high, up to the right. Looking up, it goes up. Looking down, it goes down. Should be exact same. So, forward. Okay. So, off to the right, but that's okay. That's okay. Which. Just want to adjust it where it looks like it spawns where the arrow is. Hopefully. So now we just need to turn it a little bit to the left and face kind of come down a bit. Probably. Head. Minus 50. Better. So maybe. Okay, Y S grid. Open. Is that better? Maybe so. Okay, I think that's actually working. Okay, standing up is working. Crouching is another whole thing. Oh my goodness. Okay. Jeez. Okay. I think that might be where I call it here for today, but yeah. Thank y'all for watching and hanging out. Hopefully doing this more often this year, so yeah. Hope y'all have a good one and catch